Everyone, today the topic of our presentation is to select any issues in international management. Let me introduce myself first. My name is TENGKU Muhammad FAYED bin TENGKU Muhammad FIRMAN, and this is my fellow teammate NURYUSRINA binti ABDUL KARIM, Wan AHMAD ALIFF bin Wan ZAIDI, SITI ZUMRATUL binti ZOLKPHLI, MOHAMMAD SHARIZUAN bin JAYAAMAN, and the last one is MOHAMMAD FIRDAUS bin FAKHRUDDIN. We are from Group 6. So let us begin with the introduction. International management is the administration of business operations that serves in multiple markets and operates in multiple countries. It necessitates knowledge and abilities that go beyond standard business expectation, such as familiarity with the local market and competitive conditions, the ability to conduct multi-currency transactions, and the last one is cross-border management.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is ZUMRATUL binti ZOLKPHLI. Today, I'm going to talk about one of Hofstede's cultural dimension, which is uncertainty avoidance. So, what is uncertainty avoidance? Uncertainty avoidance is defined as the degree to which people grow uneasy and attempt to avoid circumstances that are uncertain, unpredictable, or out of the ordinary by following high standards and convention of belief and behavior. The countries that have a high score of uncertainty avoidance is Eastern countries such as Japan, while in the Western countries has a lower score of uncertainty avoidance, for example in USA. The issue of appropriate remuneration for workers in several factories has sparked controversy, hurting the workforce motivation. The problem has been related to a variety of economic issues such as inflation rates, which affect the workers' quality of life. Furthermore, the issue of excessive overtime has put pressure on the human resource management of contract manufacturers as it violates labor law provisions. Nike has been accused of monetarily manipulating its employees and harming its reputation in this case. Additionally, several countries restrict the principle of free association. Some workers have been injured at industrial plant due to risk linked with electrical and chemical processes, putting their health and safety at risk. That's all for me. Thank you.
The next cultural dimension is individualism versus collectivism. Individualism is a preference for a society in which individuals are more concerned with themselves and their immediate families than with society as a whole. Individualism can be defined as emotional independence and freedom combined with concern for one's own and immediate family's well-being. Collectivism, on the other hand, depicts a society in which people see themselves as part of a community. They can trust these organizations to look after them. Simply expressed, it is a society of I versus we mentally. Nike, for example, displays a high individualism, which means their employees are expected to be self-reliant and take initiative. They value independence and self-expression, and they have a stronger desire to succeed, focusing on personal goals rather than organizational ones. On the other hand, China has highly collectivist culture in which people operate in the group's best interest rather than their own. In terms of the two dimensions, which is individualism and collectivism, China rates far lower on individualism, scoring only 20 points compared to the US, which has a score of 91 individualistic viewpoints. According to the Chamber of Fear, it focuses more on individualistic purposes as the athlete faces symbolic obstacles alone and does everything in his own power to achieve his own goal, rather than contributing to the society. As Nike is an American company, which refers to an individualistic culture. It fails advertisement, transportation in terms of Chinese values, which propose and inclines to the connectedness and post-term we over their own preferences and objectives.
Hi, my name is NURYUSRINA and now I'm going to explain one of Nike's issues that is related to Hofstede's cultural dimension. So, another issue of Nike which can be related to Hofstede's cultural dimension is masculinity and femininity. Nike's work culture is more leaning to masculinity, which can be seen when two former female employees have filed a lawsuit accusing Nike of fostering a culture of gender discrimination and sexual harassment. Nike was accused of breaking the Equal Pay Act by participating in continuous gender pay discrimination and ignoring frequent sexual harassment. According to the complaint, female employees get paid less for doing the same work as their male counterparts, receive smaller bonuses, and are less likely to be promoted. The case illustrates that some female workers aren't happy with the work assurances. Women who worked at Nike's headquarters said they had been complaining to human resources officials about humiliating sexual harassment for years, but no actions were taken. According to Hofstede's masculinity and femininity theory, masculinity is viewed as a feature that stresses ambition, wealth, and gender roles that are distinct. Femininity is defined as a trait that emphasizes loving and nurturing behaviors, sexual equality, environmental awareness, and gender roles that are more fluid. Gender discrimination are more visible in masculine countries such as USA and China rather than feminine countries such as Sweden and Netherlands.
Long-term oriented cultures place an emphasis and value of persistence, perseverance, and adaptability. But in this case, Nike has failed to maintain its long-term strategy and only focus on gaining profit, while disregarding consumers' concern due to various unethical issues. For examples, that we can see Nike factories in Indonesia practice below minimum wages, child labor, and sweatshop, which is a factory or local shop where employees work at long hours for low money in conditions that are hazardous to health.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. To all my fellow friends and Madam Khadila, I'm AHMAD ALIFF ZAIDI, part of Group 6, will explain to you about organizational example of Nike. Bill Bowman and one of his runners filmed Nike as a co-founder in 1972. The corporate structure of Nike emphasized the necessity to address regional market variance. Nike Incorporation also developed its organizational structure to allow for change in market conditions. So, as a founder, Nike, he applied the majority of Hofstede indicators of are bipolar, with high and low at each end of the scale, reflecting differences in indicators, which is two different things I can tell to you guys. For the first thing is, the index main argument is how the social structure is designed to balance people's disparate position. For the second, institution and hierarchy are frequently emphasized in civilization with a high power distance index stressing power and the coercive capacity of social instruction. So for the last part, Nike as a multinational corporation should think about culture differences before entering a new market. Communication failures, lack of respect, negotiation breakdown, and the loss of current and future economic possibility can run or blow down their company. Thank you. That's all from me.
To put in a conclusion, Hofstede's culture dimensions is a very crucial part of business, especially when emerging into new businesses with different regions and different culture and beliefs. It is important for business owners to take into account culture differences to avoid miscommunication and the loss of potential clients. So from this dimension, we can know about the culture of the country since in business. One has to know about their likes and dislikes on the product or services. So that's all from us. Thank you for listening our presentation.